College football's back, y'all. It's like Christmas morning. If Christmas came with targeting calls and overcooked hot dogs. Isn't that right, Kyle?
Bro, that's just hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, but you're right. I agree.
It is back. And at the end of the day, the first game we're going to look at is our game, of course, because we balled out. And, that's how we usually do here in Florida. What do we have for our game? Who is our opponent, Kyle?
Florida versus LIU.
How did that go?
Old fashioned ass whooping. Florida 55-0.
Now, did we see some of the results that we wanted to out of our quarterback, DJ Lagway? I mean, we were expecting big things, so go ahead and get us into that.
We did, but we also, well, I also understand, and I think we also understand as a fan base that the whole arsenal wasn't, unloaded because we knew the opponent was going to be a weaker opponent. But he showed some flashes of, his talent. But there's also gray areas that he can get better at. But,
Okay.
as the weeks progress, we'll see.
Okay. We did see he had 12 passes completed out of 18 for 172 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, that's pretty good stats right there just to begin. The percentage is pretty good. And then even his running back, we expected this from Mr. Jaden Baugh. 9 carries, 104 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, and they were using him very limited. Would you agree?
Run the ball. Yes, they were.
Spot the ball, as Mr. Lagway would say, right?
He was effective. Ground and pound. That's our bread and butter.
Now, do you think he's going to be that effective when we are facing adversity against actual football teams? Because let's be real here, LIU is not, up to par with the rest of our schedule, I would say.
They are, but I still see him being effective back. He can run inside, outside, make people miss, run people over. He can even receive out the backfield. He's a Swiss Army knife.
Did you? I mean, I'm sure you were watching parts of the game too. You seen when VB3 got that catch from DJ Lagway for, I think it was 45 yards, if I'm not mistaken. It was a good stretch.
Yes, it was. Sports said the number one play, top 10.
They said it also looked like Odell Beckham Jr., which is.
Nah, it was better.
It was better.
Okay. Better.
Yeah, I mean, we had some other catches during the week. We'll talk about, here at the end. They're not as important. It wasn't as impressive, but I thought Florida did really good, especially when it came to defense. Their defensive line was phenomenal. They didn't let them run the ball hardly at all, which was great. Got a good amount of sacks as well. What do you expect from this Florida team for this upcoming season?
I expect smash mouth style of football, aggressive blitzing, discipline.
Okay.
I expect this togetherness. I expect the guys to play for one another. I expect
that's fair.
Greatness. I expect us to be more, sound at every level, secondary on the back end.
Did you have any players that you could take from this game that they really need to work on their individual skills?
I want to see more Kamani McLean.
Okay.
I like what I saw from Bryce Thornton.
Okay.
Tyreek Sapp could be a little bit better.
Okay.
Also, I feel like Jordan Castell, our safety, he didn't really show too much, but I feel like, he's the older statesman of the secondary. I think as the weeks progress, he will be better.
Now, how do you feel about?
Did what they're supposed to do.
Whoa, I wouldn't say that now because we had some tips and taps. You are this guy that likes to go out and hand out participation medals. I mean, if you don't do your job well, I'm going to say you don't do your job well. You should quit. So I did say that during the game. I said that 3 times, I believe, and it was all when Trey Smack came down to kicking the damn ball. How you don't know how to kick the damn ball? You had practice all summer. You kicked the football 1,000 times this summer, and on game day you couldn't make it 3 times? And all from distance, all from good range distance, nothing outrageous. I think that's ridiculous. I think, if I was Napier, I would have went to the dentistry office and pulled out a new student to be my kicker for that game because I don't take people that can't do their job because that's ridiculous. You can't do your job, don't show up for the team. It's that simple.
True. It's understandable.
He needs to just practice is what I'm saying. He did fine last year. He missed 3 last year, the whole season. How did you miss 3 the whole first game this year?
Nah, facts, especially against a lesser opponent. And, a lot of these games, I don't want these games to come down to field goals. Special teams matter. It's a very important part of the game. Like, those are gimme points. We need those points. You never know in a certain situation as the games go on, those 3 points could be the difference. Those 9 points could be the difference because it was 9 points that he gave up, right?
Can win the football game.
Exactly. That could be the difference between us winning and losing. right there.
Yes, that could be the difference of a national championship season or not.
So,
People take that for granted. You have to have a good kicker. That's
especially
crazy.
once we get into SEC play, everything matters.
At Death
Everything's
Valley,
amplified.
you think he's gonna feel as comfortable as he did at the
We can't
Swamp against
we
LIU?
can't
No,
have that. We can't
no
have.
chance. And then I kind of wanted to get into this week with what happened in college football too, because we've seen a couple of the top 10 teams go down. What stood out to you most about the top 10 contenders? We could start with Texas and Ohio State, since it was championship against somebody that was in the national championship as well.
I'll say this: Arch has a lot of work to do. Julian
I would
Sand,
agree.
redshirt freshman, he has a lot of work to do. I mean, both teams didn't really show much. It was kind of a vanilla game. It
Very
was back and forth.
boring-esque.
You could just see the inexperience in both offenses. Well, from
I
both
would agree.
quarterbacks. We all know Jeremiah Smith is the best receiver in the game, but it was hard for him to get the ball. It was hard for him to get to receive the ball from a red shirt freshman quarterback. But I feel like as time progresses, they'll be better over time. It was just what I expected. I expected the Ohio State Buckeyes to defend their home turf, and they did that.
Okay, and now we're gonna go back down to the South for a minute here, and Miami against Notre Dame. I mean, we know Carson Beck, not a terrible quarterback. I'm not saying that, but he's not the best quarterback out there either. And he was coming into this scene. So how do you think he held up on his bargain? Because they paid a lot of money for him at Miami.
Experience matters, man. He's a more
Experience
experienced
does
quarterback.
matter.
I would expect somebody who's been in college as long as he has to go up against a what CJ Carr, a freshman quarterback. I expect you to duel a guy like that. It's not a surprise to me that you made the throw that you made and you came out with a win because you had experience in Georgia. You played for a national championship. You played in big games, so this shouldn't be nothing new to you.
What about Notre Dame though? Do you think they kind of slagged off? They lost too many players maybe this past season?
I feel like that. I agree. They did lose some players, but I feel like their bread and butter is going to rely on Jeremiah Love's shoulders. He's the best running
Mm,
back in college by far. I think that they'll go as far as he takes them.
I got you. Now, and we've seen another upset in the top 10. It was actually an SEC team against our beloved, actually behatred, because we can't stand them, me and you. The FSU Seminoles, though, they did beat Alabama. Alabama did not look like they belonged out there on any kind of football field. They might have, I feel like they should have showed up for lacrosse almost. The women's
Now they,
lacrosse, Kyle, not the men's
yeah,
lacrosse either.
oh man, you're a funny guy. I just feel like Saban's not walking through that door anymore. Like he's not coming to save them, bro. That era of Alabama football is over. You guys are vulnerable now, more vulnerable than you've ever been before. To the point
It's
where anybody
true.
feels like they can come into your home away, they don't feel you guys. You guys don't strike fear like you guys did when Saban was on the sidelines with that stained look on his face, just disgusted. They have the blueprint. They have the playbook for you guys, bro. You
They
guys,
did.
the ruling is out now. We're not scared of you guys no more, bro. That Crimson Tide is dead until
Do
further
you think
notice, man.
NIL played an effect in that? Because most colleges can play or pay
Of
for their.
course,
Of course, okay.
of
So
course,
we were saying the SEC was doing this before NIL, right? At this
of
point.
course. Yeah,
Okay,
under the
that's
table.
fair. Now, so let's go back to our Heisman candidate. Do you think Arch is still in the running? We ran past this, but
In the
we've seen the
running,
reports that he was top contender for the Heisman. We really think that's to do with the nepotism part.
yeah, that was premature. I got to see the guy play more. He has to play more meaningful games. It's hard for me to put somebody in a race with other quarterbacks that are more experienced, other players that are more experienced, that have played in more games than him, in bigger games. I understand the name and the talent as far as like high school goes. Him being such a likable, iconic player. Not iconic, but being such a likable player on social media. But social media isn't going to be. It's not going. It doesn't factor into you playing these games or winning these games at all.
That's true. Now, I did have a question here.
Yeah, what's up?
Because we were going into the top 10. Next week, we have an opponent that just defeated a top 10 opponent, which was Boise State. Do you think Alex Golash, which is the coach over at USF, is going to be able to perform the same at the Swamp as he did
No.
at the Bulls?
I hope not. Well, no, he's not going to do that. No, a different environment. This is two different type of teams. You're talking about Boise, Idaho, Gainesville, Florida. It's not even the same tier of competition.
I feel like Boise, Idaho kind of look like they spent fall camp practicing TikTok dances instead of tackling drills, if I'm honest. They weren't
All
tackling
they're known
anybody.
for is potatoes. That's it. That's the most famous thing about them. Potato.
Come
Idaho
on now.
potatoes. That's it.
Ashton Ginty? Come on now. You
He
can't
was the entire
deny.
team.
I know, but he was there. He's still
He was
known
there.
there. You
Not
know,
this year.
not this year. He's
You
not there
guys can't
this
run.
year.
You guys can't hand the ball off 40 times and expect wins. It's not. This is different now.
It's not the same.
And no, it's not.
The college football has really shaken up this year, to be
It
honest.
has.
A lot of Power Five and Power Four teams are just expectedly. I can't even say that word, Kyle. That's how fired up I am. But like, they just haven't been performing like they've been expected to. Uh, okay, and another one we've seen, Bill. Bill's first debut. What happened? What went wrong?
I would just say he lacks experience, man. NFL and college football are two different beasts, bro. It's
Too
not even the
different.
same tier of
But
leagues.
should he have lost 48 to 14?
Yes,
He should have. You think that's going to
yes.
humble him in his
It's humble
career?
pie, man. You have to get a wake up call to let you know, all right, whoa. You gotta get sometimes you gotta get punched in the mouth to understand, like, whoa, this isn't a fight I was prepared to fight. But I'll get up and I'll learn from it and I'll be better for it. It happens.
Yeah, you
Sometimes you
have
gotta lose to
to.
win. Sometimes you gotta lose to
Well,
win.
Billy better not act like that, because I'll go up there and smack him myself if I need to. All jokes aside, I would never smack you, Billy, but I'm just saying we expect some big things out of you, and you can do it. You have the potential. And that's the thing I think a lot of your fans see is when you're not fulfilling your own potential, as a coach at least. Same goes for Norvell last year, but they brought on Malzahn, which I think that was a good hire because his offense is, he knows how to run offense. But
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, time will tell. We didn't even talk about Colorado, how they lost. What do you think about that? Do you think there was some
Shador,
missteps or
I think it was a plethora of different things. I think the fact that Dion didn't have Shador anymore. He's went to the NFL. Travis
no,
is in the NFL. He lost a lot of key pieces.
I was going to ask you about this because a lot of people have been rumoring, and I don't want to get too far into NFL, but a lot of people rumored that, the only reason Shedeur Sanders made it to the NFL was his father and the name behind that. But do you think it's actually reversed now? Like the rumor has flipped because if Dion can't perform with the team he's built himself, is it really Dion that's successful, or was it always Shedeur Sanders than his coaching rather than his coaching?
I think it was a plethora of both things. I think two things can be true. I think his coaching played in his son's success, and I think his son's play had a hand in his success because you can't have one without the other.
That's true.
I just feel like people are always going to try and tear them apart and pick at who's best,
Mm,
who's more responsible for the success of the team. But at the end of the day, it's a team game. You can't have one without the other. You need both to coexist. So yeah,
that's true. Are you excited about our matchup against USF next week? Do you think that'll
I don't know.
be a show a little bit more light of your playbook? Our playbook, sorry.
I'm excited for it. I think that we'll show some things that we didn't show at LIU, and I don't think that we'll show the whole arsenal in this game either. I think we'll show a little bit more than what we showed against LIU, but still keeping things under wraps until the more serious games come up into the schedule. But I think we'll stick to our guns as far as run first, pass later, and playing the DJ Lagway strengths and protect them.
That's true because his health is very important for this whole gauntlet. Because we've talked about it before, though. The gauntlet this year, Florida does have the hardest schedule. Florida always gets the hardest schedule. It seems like they hate Florida. They try to make it, send them through high or hell water. But we do have one of the toughest schedules in the country. So, I mean, what do you think Billy needs to ensure? Because going into that from here.
I think that he just got to stick to his guns and just have no regrets. Whatever you play, just play your style, bro. Don't let the outside noise affect what your play style is. Stick to what you know, bro. I believe in him. I think that he has us in the right direction right now. I think that
He
he has
is.
a lot of fans like that's flip the switch on him, and they're actually on his side now, and they believe in him. And he showed us that. I mean, we're on a 5-game winning streak, so he's shown that this is a different team, and I'm going to show you guys week to week how much different it is.
That's good. I mean, I like that from him too, and I want to see him progress, ever for, as far as we get to the national championship. Do you see anybody else as a big contender in our lineup? I mean, I know we talked about we're playing LSU, we're playing Georgia, we're playing FSU. I mean, we're playing all these teams. Do you see anybody that's going to be a threat? We're playing Texas at the Swamp, which is good. Do you see anybody as a big threat right now, or
To be honest, if I'm being completely honest, no, I
no?
don't see anybody being a threat to us. No, our biggest threat to us is us ourselves.
Selves, I would agree.
Spot the ball, spot the
Spot.
ball. They got to play the Florida game, just like DJ said. They have to play us.
They do have to play us, and that's important because you have to get through us to get to the national championship. We proved it last year to Ole Miss when they
Mm-hmm.
thought they were going, and we said no,
Mm-hmm.
you're not. I mean, I think we're gonna do large things this year. And I keep expecting it, and I don't want to be disappointed. Is all I'm saying. You know that can happen. I know that's part of life. But still, this is college football, man. People live and die for this stuff. This isn't no joke. This is the real deal. This is what we came for. This is what the people want to see. We want to see championships. We want to see national rings on our boys. We're not here for the cupcakes at the end of participation fucking trophies. No. No, we need this. We need this. Florida's back. That's what I'm saying. You know, and after we win again this year, which I think that's a high possibility with our talent, even our schedule, our strength of schedule, I think we could have one of the best runs this year out of many years. Almost like a Danny Werfel year. You know,
Think so?
I think so. Billy's got to want it though. I can't want it for Billy to want it.
I think he does want it. I think he wants it real bad.
I'm hoping
We have the
Todd,
talent.
because I know Todd spent a lot of time with him on the off season, and Todd showed him what it felt like to win a championship. So I'm hoping he got a little taste of it, like a little puppy dog getting a little new food or something, a little steak. Ooh, that's real good. I want the whole steak now. You know, that's what he needs to look at. That's what it is. So that's how you make legends of yourself. You don't go down looking, you go down swinging in case you hit a home run. Would you
Yeah.
like, you got anything else to talk about this week that you wanted to talk about?
Man, a lot of exciting football is being played. I'm excited for the college football season to be back. I think that nobody really, I wouldn't say nobody stood out, but I think we got to give some more teams some more time to, get acclimated to their play styles, new players. But I'm excited for this year. I think that our what where we want to be is right in front of us. Everything we want is right in front of us. I think that
It's true.
the only team, like I said, the only team that's stopping us, that's going to stop us from getting where we need to be is us. I'm not saying we're going to go undefeated and beat everybody by 50 points, but I think that any game that we play in, it's a winnable game for us. There's no game that I see us. There's no opponent that I see against us. It's like we're overmatched. I don't see it. I don't see it that way. I think that what is this year 4, 5 in the Billy Napier era? I think it's like, all right, bro. Like we brought the talent. You said you needed talent. We brought that to you, bro. Like every era, not every era, but every year we've got a little bit better. We've chopped at the bit. We took a little step back in the first half of last year, but the
Well,
second
that was
half,
all thanks to Urban Meyer. I mean, he screwed
this
us.
is true. He set a standard, bro, but at the same time, but it took us a little minute to find the right coach. But I think Napier is the guy that we need. I think he's exactly what we need for this program. I believe in him.
I would concur. I think that too. He's building a better program than anywhere else. I mean, because people flash money and most of his players don't want to leave for it. Or they find out they left for it and they want to come back usually.
I feel like, and just a side note, I feel like you could tell if you watch these interviews with DJ, he loves being a Gator, bro. He embraces that. He understands the history. He understands that we want these fans. Us fans have been yearning and begging and praying for a national championship. Like we want this bad,
Well,
and I think in his mind he's like, man, like the history behind that logo, it just means more, bro. Like the guys that have played here before me that have worn this jersey, like I'm doing it for him. I'm doing it for the fan base. He truly has us believing again that we belong at the top of the mountain. And I believe he's the quarterback to get us there.
well, he better, you know, fucking harden up his muscles or something. Stop getting injured so goddamn much. That's what I would say to that. If he wants to be that guy, he has to be showing up, at work to be that guy. He can't show up on the sidelines just because, oh, I'm at 65%. I didn't need 65%. I need 100% all the time. But, okay, that's week one's fallout for college football from me and Mr. Kyle over here, Kyle Felton. He runs the BetterDialKyle podcast. We do this show together. And I think these fallouts will be uploaded either on my or his channel. My channel is out of position, as you can see. We're just getting started here. This is just week one. This is just the fallout from week one. You can you can tune in with us Friday, and we're going to be laying out the forecast for the weekend to see what college storms are stirring up, who's getting into trouble. Kyle probably has some stats that he wants to throw around that day because he's a statistical man. He's very analytical. We like that about you, Kyle. It's amazing. I can't keep in tune with that. Everything's running on my brain half the time. But more or less, Kyle, do you have any, everlasting words for our audience?
Hey man, love, Love gang. Like, comment, subscribe.
Hey, you heard it here first. We're out of here. Thanks for joining.